Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mid-Atlantic Esports. My name is Trader, and with me in the casting booth tonight is gonna be Star Coin Hero. We are here with you with a wonderful best of five series. It's gonna be HCC Dragons versus GMU Patriots. Star, tell me a little something about these teams.
Oh, these two teams are very solid. The Dragons actually coming off of a 3-2 win over Shenandoah University in week number 1. However, George Mason University, the Patriots, coming off of a bye. So the Dragons, they have played so far this season, and the Patriots, they have not. They got by with a bye. And going into week 2, we're going to see how well Howard Community College hold up against George Mason, and if the lack of match in week 1 will affect them at all.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see, and I would like to point out this would be the test that Patriots are gonna have to take, especially if you want to tell it if they deserve that by a win in round one or not. But I believe we're just waiting on the teams to get into this lobby and get this party started. A best of five series star. We know how these goes. We've casted together for a long time. A best of five series, game one. Both of these teams try to figure out what kind of strategies they're bringing up against each other. And by game five, we just see them at their best potential, trying to get as competitive as possible. So I would like to see something similar today as well.
Yeah, of course. You always want to see a series go as long as possible, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes a team is just really one sided. Sometimes it goes
Yeah.
into overtime all five times. Honestly, it's just how the coin flip goes. This time, I'm really hoping that we go all the way, but we could possibly go in three because, of course, sometimes you have days where you're on and sometimes you have days when you're off. So the teams could be completely level, but just one team's having a really good day. So honestly, I can't really say I have a prediction here. I just think it's going to be a good match, and I'm hoping for some good Rocket League.
I mean, that's all we can hope for. So, but I believe I might just bring in our predictions and support the Dragons. And you'd ask me why, and there's no other reason, but I just love the name, HCC
The-
Dragons. It's so cool.
yeah, that is very fair. The Dragons, very cool creature, and of course you got the Patriots, George Mason University. They're coming off of a bye, so it could go either way. They could have a bye and just be, they could have just used that week to practice up and get even better, or who knows, they could have taken that week off and they're a bit rusty coming into week two. But we're just going to see which one of these teams takes over the match and which one will get away with a win. And I think it is worth mentioning that George Mason University did win over HCC just last night in Overwatch, and it was a 3-0
Oh,
sweep. So
okay.
the Dragons might be looking for a little bit of revenge the following night. So that'll be something fun to look at and think about.
Definitely, but we are. I mean, we gotta point out that Overwatch and Rocket League completely different games here. So, when whichever of these teams had a mild success in that game, might or might not have that same level of success here. GMU, who knows whether if they can make that same comeback, or HCC. Maybe they just come out on top. We'll just have to see. It's all about the early predictions here, especially when you're not aware about who you're gonna be going up against, especially in in the game that is Rocket League. One of the teams have joined in, just waiting on three more players before we can get the show on the road.
Yeah, and I think we should go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors, Events DC and Game Gym, as proud co-founders of MAEC. So a huge thanks to them and a huge shout out because it would not be possible without them. Once again, Events DC and Game Gym, huge, huge aspects to the Mid-Atlantic Esports Conference.
Yeah, for sure. This definitely not possible. The tournament's not possible without the sponsors. You gotta point them out. You gotta thank them for what all they have done for this community. As we are almost ready, I believe the players already in are Tals, Ace, and Clissy. And if the production could confirm whether these are this is the roster from GMU. Yes, George Mason in. We're just waiting on Howard now, and there they go. The players are in, and we are almost getting ready for game number one here.
That we are. And as soon as we are able to get these teams into their respective teams, get these players ready to roll, we'll be able to get started. And really quick, looking at the roster for Howard CC, we got Nubel, Arrow, and the one and only Joe Biden.
Oh my god. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a busy man. He needs to find that shuttle to just put in those R's for a Carbol. You gotta have their priorities straight. So,
Oh yeah, you really do. I mean, your first priority should be Carball. Like, simple as that. I think all of us can agree here. Like, Carball comes first.
oh, definitely. I mean, nothing else above the Carbol. What is the White House? What are the meetings when you can just hit ball with your cars?
Yeah,
probably won't phrase that better.
yeah, maybe. All I know is that we are about to see some presidential gameplay from the Patriots. As soon as we get the thumbs up and the good to go sign, I guess.
Just waiting on the sign to get here so that we can get these players in the lobby, and that seems like they are just gonna be heading right into the lobbies. Okay, game number 1 of this best of 5 series, Howard CC versus George Mason. And in the casting booth, the predictions are in. I am gonna be rooting for the Dragons. We'll see how that one goes. Game number 1 now underway.
Game number 1, and Nubel winning the kickoff, getting aggressive, and that is an early demo and some early aggression from the Patriots. Howard CC wasting no time getting on the front foot, but George Mason wasting no time getting the ball out of danger. But Joe Biden sets this one up for the teammate Nubel. With bad touch from President, moves this one away. It's going to go off the backboard. Joe Biden
Wow.
strikes first, but Clicky with a huge save. And what an explosive way to start this series off. Joe Biden looking for one more shot. Clicky gets that one away, and we have a little bit of downtime as George Mason sends this one to the corner.
The amount of pressure being applied on George Mason right now is absolutely overwhelming. It's much of a surprise here that they still managed to hold us down to a 0-0 scoreline. Great saves coming in from each and every members as we see Howard CC going up once again. Joe Biden on the ball, followed up by Noob, and there we go. Finally hitting the back of the net after hitting the post. I don't know, for the umpteenth time. The first minute in, the first goal comes in for Howard CC.
The Patriots wasting no time, getting aggressive, and it pays off. A minute 5 seconds in, Nubel hits the back of the net first, and now it's Arrow looking for the aerial play, and they get that shot off the backboard, but it is cleared away by Clicky. Arrow putting another one on target. Nubel goes up, and Joe Biden forced to make a play on the back line. That he will. Now they have a little bit of room to work with, but a huge play from Clicky. Arrow forced to clear, and a great clear it is. And some ping pong action going on. Backboard shot. This could be dangerous for Howard CC, but Joe Biden just too quick on it, and he knows exactly where to clear that ball away. Howard CC on the front foot now.
Here we see Tals now with a lot of boost to work with. Will not be beating Arrow to the ball there as we see Noob up in the air trying to get this pass down center. The shot, the touch good enough, but this last finisher just not there for them to get the second goal. Joe Biden now looking for the second pass here. Has gonna decide to take this into the corner, picked up by this teammate once again. But half the game gone. All we see is pressure from Howard CC right now. No particular threats leading into a goal.
Not at the moment. With over halfway to go, this is a good look from George Mason. It's going to be off the backboard. And now Howard CC has an opportunity to clear this ball over and get some more space for him. Howard CC just waiting for that ball. Arrow gets met, and Ace has a really nice shot, but Joe Biden makes that save. And now we're going back the other way. Dangerous ball for Talis to clear, but they do manage to make the save. Arrow, the pinch comes through. Joe Biden possibly looking for a solo play. The backboard shot is pinched over to the side where Arrow tries his luck.
Unfortunate there by for Arrow as he could not get the finisher. Still on that 1-goal lead though. Howard CC feeling pretty good about themselves. There comes a clear from George Mason. Nobody to follow it up. Joe Biden so much space to work with. Goes up high. Tries to beat one. Pumped away by Tals. As here's another opportunity for Howard CC to increase the scoreline. Joe getting that one demo. But it's not going to be enough to set up an attack here. More than enough to get that clear though, as we see Ace now in possession, sending this down center. Great intercept coming in from Arrow, and no better way to get that second goal lead here in game number 1.
Howard CC strikes once again, and after quite a bit of downtime, the Patriots do extend their lead to 2, and they've got a little bit of insurance behind them. And they just got to hold off for a minute and 30 seconds, and they will be taking game number 1. course, George Mason University trying to strike back. Howard CC, the Dragons, trying to put something online. Arrow with a great solo play to get that ball back toward the center, and Joe Biden comes flying on in.
Oh, huge whiffs.
Look. Yeah, the whiffs are not good. Joe Biden has an opportunity, but Joe Biden just hits that or misses that ball. And Joe Biden looking a little bit lost in the air right there.
Oh, there's an opportunity for a double. Great pass down center. Arrow off the bar. The third goal. And being lost or not, it doesn't matter. This man still has made it work. He's done enough to get that 3-goal lead here in game number 1. And 45 seconds holding that lead down is not that hard of a task.
It is not, especially with only 45 seconds to go. And with that assist, that makes Joe Biden that puts Joe at 3 assists on the game. With 30 seconds to go, he might be able to get another. I love the title on the guy, Granny Shifter. It kind of fits.
Maybe it does here, but 20 seconds remaining now. Joe Biden keep on making these amazing saves. As we see, another clear should be coming in from him. It's gonna be followed up by Arrow. Off the sidewall he goes. No direct contact as Tiles on the ball, taken away by Joe. Shot on target, great save coming in from Ace, but it's not gonna be enough. No dice to secure any more games for that matter, as the ball is gonna be dropping down at 0 seconds with Howard CC taking game 1 of this best of 5 series. Great coordinated plays coming in from Joe Biden and Arrow, and I have to say, where Joe lagged, Arrow was able to cover.
Howard CC overall playing a lot better right there, and George Mason, they're just going to have to cover a little bit of ground, as Howard CC, they just spent more time in their opponent's half. I mean, Howard CC, out of the 2 players, the third player left before we could catch how many shots they had. I know they had at least 2. Joe Biden had 2. And for the other 2 players, they have 8. So that's at least 10 shots for Howard CC. And out of the 2 players that are still in the lobby for George Mason, they have 0 shots. So I think the Patriots are going to have to get on the opponent's half a little bit better than that, or else they are going to have a really rough time for the next couple games.
Definitely are, and what we just saw right now might be a little taste of what's more to come, as the players now ready to head on into game number 2 of this best of 5 series. Howard CC still feeling pretty good about that game 1 win.
They have to be feeling good about that. I mean, game 1 winning by 3. It is a real nice feeling. And it really sets the tone for the series, as early Clicky getting on fire. He's setting up a shot, but it is saved away by none other than Joe Biden. Howard CC starting to advance yet again, but Clicky does not want it to stay there. Look at this guy go. What a touch by Joe Biden again to make that save. 20 seconds in, and he's only 1 save away from a savior medal, but he's not going to get it. Ace will score. And for the first time this series, the Patriots are on the front foot.
And that is exactly what you want to see coming into the second game right here. You know you haven't been able to score in that first game. You got to have that shift and momentum running towards your side. And that is exactly what happened here. George Mason open up the scoreline here in game number 2.
That they do. But the team play from Howard CC might be a little bit too tough to deal with. That clear does come in, though. Joe Biden looking for the solo play. It's on. But Clicky has to make that save, and Joe Biden redirect. It's the perfect setup. Arrow just has to touch it, and he does it again. That is Joe Biden's 3rd assist on the series, and that's a tie ball game.
There we go. Shot from Arrow, and what better way to shoot at the back of the net rather than right in front of it, as we see Arrow putting in the very first goal for Howard CC. More to come as he goes up high. Great challenge coming in from Clicky there. That's going to be picked up by the last defender. However, the pass down center coming in from Clicky has been phenomenal, and Tazzle's shot on target has been nothing but better. Look at that. This shot came out of nowhere, but that's all they need to get that 1-goal lead.
Yeah, really nice shot from George Mason, wasting no time in taking the initiative, putting themselves back in the lead. And it will force the Dragons to play from behind yet again. But last time they did, they got a score immediately. Arrow looking to do it again, but that one does not want to go. A really nice touch for Joe Biden and his Nooble in a 1-versus-1. What a flick, but it is hit away, and Arrow has to reset. Joe Biden coming in. Joe Biden putting one on. Nooble just has to get the light touch, but it's cleared away. And what a couple of touches by all three members of the Dragons. Joe Biden looking for one more, but that one gets touched by Ace and sends that one off course.
There we see Joe Biden now and trying to take away possession. It's going to be picked up by Nuba. He tries to get this pass down center. Great save coming in from Tals there. I'm sure this has been the man to secure the majority of the shots on target so far. See Arrow now trying to pick up something similar. Great clear coming in from me all the way to the other half of this map, where the shot comes in from Tals, and there it is, a 2-goal lead now for George Mason.
Ouch. That one hurts because Joe Biden had a straight shot on the net to at least put that ball back in the orange half, but he just misses the ball, and that one is a heartbreaker, and it's going to make this game so much harder for the Dragons to come back. Now they're down by 2. They've got so much more work to do. But if Clicky keeps giving them risky save like that, then that work might come easier than they thought. But that save is made, and Howard CC cannot capitalize.
I mean, I sure do hope that they're able to make this work here, because a 2-goal lead for George Mason, make it 3, is not looking good for Howard CC, as they are still struggling to make ends meet here. Every single 50 that this team has gone for, it hasn't gone their way, and George Mason, they are running away with every single opportunity they get.
They are running away, but Howard CC knows that they can catch up to them in just a couple of good shots, because this game is only half over. If they can get on the front foot and score once or twice, then they will be in a really good spot. That save coming in from Nooble will give the Dragons another opportunity. But the passing plays are really, really good for George Mason, as that is another save and the Savior medal for Mr. President Joe Biden. And he will punt it downfield. Arrow double tap, maybe. Joe Biden, first goal of his series. And what a game for Joe Biden so far.
Definitely, and I mean, they gotta start this comeback sooner rather than later, and sooner is the answer to that question, because there's still 2 minutes left here. Howard CC, 2 more goals till they get back into play here. Do you think they make this comeback?
Honestly, with 2 minutes to go, if they can keep playing really nice and getting those little plays like that, they got a really good shot. But they cannot falter, and right there, that is the prime example. Ace immediately restoring that 3-goal lead. Howard CC starting back from square one.
And I mean, it is just one of the classic plays, right? Flick it over the last defender. Nothing else you can do except to watch the ball go into the back of the net. Highly unfortunate, but that's just how the way it is. A 3-goal lead once again for Howard CC, as we see Clicky trying to make this clear all the way into the blue corner, which he does. Will he be able to pick this up again, though? No. Not yet, as we see Clicky on the ball. 100 boost to his name. How does he bring this back? Great challenge there over to the player down center, picked up by Tals. The 2-man passing play. Clicky with the opportunity to secure a shot on target, but Ace comes in and makes it happen. And you know, you'd think that was an opportunity, a miss, but here they go with the very first team taken in.
6-2 is the score. I think this game might be out of reach for the Dragons, despite their efforts. They got 75 seconds to make something happen, but George Mason University is just so suppressive. They got to get something going now. but this is definitely not where you want to be if you want to get some goals on the board. On your back half is about the worst place you can be, probably.
Oh, definitely. I really agree here, but with 55 seconds remaining here, I do not see George Mason, I do not see Howard CC rather making a comeback or even trying to make one for that matter. So still a pretty iffy about that. Joe Biden, can he change that if he wants to? No, he can't. As it seemed like with 40 seconds remaining here, we might just have to wait this one out.
Yeah, we will have to wait it out. We got 30 seconds to make 4 goals. That's just not happening. And George Mason might actually win another one because they are going really hard. Joe Biden makes that clear, sends this one over, maybe try to get a consolation goal. But I don't think the Patriots are even going to let them have that.
Well, we'll find out as there are only 5 seconds remaining here in this game. Great save coming in on defense. And there we go. The clock hits 0. Waiting for the players to drop this down. And it won't happen not so fast as Howard CC have something else in plan. Here comes another shot on target right before they leave. Great accuracy coming in from Howard CC. They're setting up a statement here for the rest of the series.
They are a really nice shot, and they get that consolation goal so they can hold on to something as they switch into game number 3. They did lose that game by a pretty favorable or unfavorable margin, but they did get the last score so they can possibly carry that momentum into game number 3.
I certainly hope so, as we see game number 3 almost ready to be underway and start. How do you feel about the predictions so far?
Right now, scores 1-1. It's basically a brand new best of 3. And honestly, this one could go either way because the first game was won by 3 in the favor of Howard CC, and the second one was won by 3 in the favor of George Mason's. But one thing that is important to bring up is George Mason. They scored 3 and Howard CC, or George Mason scored 6 and Howard CC scored 3. So both teams did score in that game that went to George Mason. And we cannot say that about game 1, which went to Howard CC.
I mean, for sure, there's always that opportunity there for the changes to happen. But Nova comes in with another save. So comes in with another shot on target. Howard CC, they're looking to bring this back here in game number 3.
Well, of course, it's a clean slate. It's a brand new game, brand new series if you want to go that far. And Howard CC immediately striking. But that kickoff was a little bit risky. Joe Biden has to make that save, but he will do it. Now George Mason starting to press even harder. Top of the goal. And that will tie this game up.
Look at that shot on target, so elegant coming in from Ace, not even hitting the bar, just getting that shot on target straight in the net. And what better way to equalize the scoreline here in game number 3 with George Mason looking for the second goal. Great save coming in from Joe Biden, followed up by Arrow as he tries to get the third touch. No dice though. Here we see once again a possible pass opportunity taken away. And it just seems like they gotta go that extra mile to get that shot on target.
Right here, this is where George Mason plays best, where they're on their front foot and they're just keeping the ball deep in the blue side of the field. And the Dragons, they don't really know what to do about it, as George Mason just keeping on the suppression, not giving Howard CC an inch to breathe, and it leads to shot after shot after shot for them. And it leads for pressure after pressure after pressure for the Dragons. So they've got to get this ball on the other half and keep it there for a while to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, that is the way to go here, but I just have to say I am not sure who's gonna take this win here. Both of these teams, they have been playing such a close game, especially in game number three, and it's very difficult to actually assume that it's either gonna be Howard CC or George Mason. Ended up taking the win. We see Noob right now in possession, trying to look for that clear. Is gonna be picked up by Joe. Great saves. And there it is, an opportunity for the clear comes in from Arrow off the sidewall now. Tiles, will he be getting that touch? No, he can't. And there it is, Ace now on the ball. And it just seems like getting going for these flashy plays might just not be enough to get that goal.
Don't think it is. We're nearing the halfway point. George Mason keep putting shots on, but the defense of Howard CC is holding up for now, but they can't be on the back foot forever. They've got to strike back, and they've got to score again soon, or at least get some shots put on, because right now they have one shot on the game. This one has potential for a second, but it does get cleared away. I mean, right now they're getting outshot 6-2 total, which is not where you want to be this deep in the game.
Oh, definitely not. Especially after half the game gone here. And we're still all tied up. Howard CC and George Mason. There's another opportunity for a shot on target. Tals, borderline save. And Arrow, there was the opportunity to get that one goal lead and possibly the game, but he decides to give it away. And this is not the first time we have seen that from this roster.
Yeah, just a simple mistake right there. They've just got to make sure it does not happen again. There's nothing you can do about it now. Howard CC is really struggling getting back on the front foot. The setup from Ace, it's going in, or maybe it's not. It's saved away. This time it's Nooble making the save, and Joe Biden up on that top half of the wall. Clicky, look at that, getting two plays. Ace has an opportunity, taking this one over towards center, but Arrow wins that 50 and has a little bit of room to work with, but Ace is still causing problems in the midfield. Arrow taking this over towards the corner. Clicky with a great setup for Nooble, but Ace meets him on that ball. And now we're nearing the minute mark, and we're still all tied up.
Still all tied up, and as the broadcaster says 60 seconds left on the clock here. It all comes down to this, and now or never for both of these teams. Joe Biden in possession, looking with this pass, and nobody ready to buy it. It's going to be picked up by Nuba as he takes this pass down center. Once again, taken away by Clinky. And okay, so Nuba is out here shopping for people's lives because he keeps on coming in with these demos.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I think a minute left is definitely desperate times after no scoring for so long. Talls sends that one downfield. Clicky with a nice touch. Backboard, and it's in. The Patriots have all but secured game number 3. All they need to do is hold on for 13 seconds. And I mean, crazier things have happened, but with how Howard CC has played so far, this is not going to happen.
Just doesn't seem like it's gonna happen here for Howard CC. They might be looking to make a comeback here, especially after. I mean, I believe in game number 4. We'll find out soon enough whether they're able to do that or they have a separate strategy in mind. But George Mason taking game number 3 with a bang.
A huge bang, and despite what the scoreboard said, that game was not close at all. George Mason completely controlled the pace about 90% of the time. They had 11 shots. Howard CC, I think they had like 3 or 4. And Howard CC, they just could not get the ball out of their own half. I mean, they had 4 saves, and that's only for 2 people. I know Joe Biden had at least 1, so that is at least 5 saves. And George Mason, they had 1 because Howard CC only put on 3 or 4 shots. So Howard CC, if they want a chance to win this series out, they've got to get on the ball quicker, because if they don't, George Mason's going to stay on the front foot. They're going to keep punching, and I don't care who you are, what you are. If you get hit hard enough, you're going to break, and we saw it twice in this game.
And I mean, we might just see it again here. George Mason, I mean, Even with that one goal lead, like you said, it just seems like it's a bit of a dominant performance. Howard CC struggling to take possession, trying to get back into the offensive position, and they do take a lot of time whenever they try to take away possession and try to set up an attack. And by that time, George Mason, they're just running away with the show here, and this might just be one last game towards match point.
We could very well be done in 4 if George Mason comes out and completely shocks Howard CC the way that they did in games number 2 and 3. Then we will be done in just about 4 minutes and 48 seconds. But I have high hopes for this Howard CC roster, starting to get some aggression going early, and it's Arrow to strike first. And with that, Howard CC take the lead 20 seconds in.
And that's exactly what you want, and that is exactly what you want to see, right? Early possession, early attacks coming in from Howard CC, because that's what they're good at. They're good at quick responses. So, off to a great start. Can they continue to do? That is the question. That is the name of the game here, as we see Noob trying to take away possession. Is going to be picked up by Clicky on the sidewall. I look a little too impatient there. It's going to be picked up by Arrow, who takes it all the way towards the back of the net. Taz a huge whiff, but Ace comes back just in time, and no goals have been scored yet for George Mason, as we see another opportunity coming in from Ace. He takes it to the sidewall. Great demo. Clicky with the opportunity. Pass down center, taken away by the last defender.
And it is, and now Howard CC with the front foot. Joe Biden puts something on, but it's a little bit wide. Newble, backboard shot, Arrow looking for the touch, and he's got it. What a shot. What a play from the Dragons. And they restore and extend the lead to 2.
Well, I believe restore is the right word here. Is Howard CC. They're having the time of their lives here, getting that 2-goal lead in the first minute. That's exactly what you want to see, George Mason. They are struggling to get this show on the road for them, as the saves keep on coming in for this roster.
And they just keep coming in. That's one thing I will give Howard CC credit for. Their defense is amazing. They had so many saves in that last game. Despite that, or not counting that single whiff from Joe Biden in game number 2, they have been perfect on the back line. But they have to work on their offense. And so far in game number 4, that's exactly what they're doing. Joe Biden tries for the solo play, but he gets blown up. And Ace saving that rally. Now Howard CC has to reset.
That they do. Here's another opportunity for them to set this up, but it's taken away. And there it is once again. Howard CC, the ones in charge, getting that pass down center to his teammate. Here we see Tals taking away possession. It's going to be picked up by Discord. Arrow rather. Joe Biden. Opportunity to shoot a shot on target. Great save coming in from Tals, but you can't stop it forever. Noob puts another one in at the back of the net, and it just keeps on getting better for Howard CC. No goals being secured by George Mason against this newfound team.
Really, really good game from Howard CC, but there's still half the game to go. They cannot start slacking now. They've got to keep the aggression on. And touches like that, definitely not what you want to see if you are on the side of the Dragons. And this is looking a little better. Nooble and Arrow coming up on that ball. Joe Biden trying to read that one. That one gets sent over towards the side. And now George Mason trying to get on the board, and that they will. Great shot from Clicky. Perfect setup from Ace. And a 3-1 ball game is now in session.
There they go once again, trying to set up this comeback. George Mason 2 goals away from getting that equalizer, 2 goals away from setting up that opportunity for a 3-1 game scoreline. Can they set it up though? It's a huge whiff right in front of the net. It's gonna bring Howard CC back into offense, where they're looking to make a shot on target. Ace comes in with a save. Clicky, a lot of time to work with, decides to take it slow. and it goes for the weirdest of the touches, and that is not what you want to see.
And there's no boost to save it either. What was that? Clicky with 12 boosts to their name makes the best save I have seen today. And just like that, George Mason keeps this game within reasonability as they've taken the initiative, but it's not going to stay on their side for long. Howard CC getting right back in control. Arrow with another shot is met on the ball. And now it's Nooble that has to reset. The touch from Clicky sends us back towards the blue half, and Joe Biden has to make the play and take this one around the goal.
Well, he hasn't made any of those crucial plays yet because Noble needs to make another save here, which he does. It hits the bar, and there it is once again, saved by the goalpost. 50 seconds remaining here, and they're still holding on to this lead. Can they break it down? That is the question. That is the name of the game so far. 50 seconds left. Clicky, does he go up for it? Yes, he does, but no contact. Charles, opportunity to get that clear, but it's going to be picked up by Arrow, and it just seems to me that Howard CC might have just been running away with this one.
Yeah, they are definitely taking this game and sending us to Game 5. And what a turnaround from the Dragons and Patriots. They have a lot of work to do in game number 5. Let's just see, or game number 4. Game number 5, sorry.
Wow. There it is. I mean, George Mason, they're trying to make this comeback possible. Clicky with a bit of a demo attempt there, but it's not going to help out. It's not going to help them out because with 25 seconds remaining, there's not much you can do here against Howard CC unless you can score 2 goals, which they're looking to do right now. Taken away by Joe Biden up in the air. Possession stolen away, shot on target, saved by No, but Clicky has come in with the double, and the double of the century, might I add, because that is a shot bar down and a pinch right into the back of the net.
GMU almost back in this game. 15 seconds to score once. This is very possible. If they get a good kickoff here, then this is not looking good. And I don't think you could ask for a better one. It's a one-on-one. It's just Arrow. But Arrow makes that save, and just like that, Howard CC continue to breathe and keep in the lead. Clicky has to make something happen. Joe Biden gets that touch, might be the last one unless Ace can make this play. It's hit away, and Joe Biden sends it over into the corner. It's off the corner. It's alive still. Nooble C keeps it up. Wants another one, but that's not the smartest decision. But Ace, the touch is not good. Howard CC take game 4.
And who would have thought this going all the way to game 5 here? You know, we expected Howard CC to take this series early on in a 3-0 fashion. We were discussing about this backstage, but George Mason comes in. They put on a really good show, and that is exactly why we are almost ready for the game number 5 here of this Best of 5 series. Star, who are you rooting for?
I don't know. This one is so close. Both of these teams deserve to win because it has been back and forth, and both of these teams have made the adjustments that they need to make. But I think this game does go a certain way. Howard CC, they have the momentum, and George Mason had a phantom comeback in them. So they're probably going to be a little bit flat after that because you can't just almost come back from a 3-goal deficit to lose by 1.
Yeah, and they gotta keep that. They gotta keep that psychological effect clear. Can't have that affecting you here, as and when it matters the most. Game 5. There we go. Opened up by none other than Ace, rather Joe Biden, who gets it past 1. No second touch though. Arrow with a lot of boost to work with. Can't get a piece of that. Not so fast. Noob will be able to get this clear all the way to the other side. Picked up by Arrow. Great 50 might have been in order, but decides against it. But look at that shot on target. Almost shot on a target taken away by the goalpost. Denied the entries And there we go. Ace. Hitting it past one. Off
Arrow.
go.
Oh, what a shot!
Wow.
Noble. That was so fast. I got to see how fast that was. 66 miles per hour. It seems so much faster. What a perfect play. That second touch just delays Talls a little bit. And Howard CC turns up the radio. And they are in the lead. Let's see if they can keep it up. Ace winning the kickoff and getting a huge shot off of it. But that one does not find its home. And Howard CC has an opportunity. Ace, good flick attempt, but Nooble is just a little bit better on it. And now Joe Biden coming in as that second man, trying to put another one on line and possibly extend the lead to 3.
Oh my god.
Makes a great play. Joe Biden putting one on Ace. Great save, Nooble. Applying more pressure, but that is saved away. And after a quick stint in the orange half, we're going the other way. But it's still dangerous for GMU. Howard CC has to make a huge save. And that they do. Joe Biden dribbling it down. And now they finally have some breathing room.
That they do. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here. And I have to say the amount of pressure George Mason have been applying here in front of the blue net in front of the orange net rather, has been astounding. Could only result in a one single goal, and nonetheless, there it is. Final opportunities taken away by Arrow as they missed a shot on target. It doesn't matter though. A lot more opportunities to do the same as Arrow. See him going up, getting a piece of that, not as fast enough. Taken up by Tals.
Going on. That's so awkward. Ace puts another one online, but Nooble is just too quick. And halfway through, Howard CC has been on the front foot for almost the entirety of the game. George Mason finally having some room to breathe, but that clears just too good. Joe Biden following it all the way down. The touch is good. Joe Biden gives his team some insurance. And just like that, the Patriots are in deep trouble.
And who else but Joe Biden? Okay. Well, there we go. Howard CC taking that 2-goal lead. Star, did you see where I was going with that one?
Oh my goodness, no, I was completely distracted by something else. This game has been so good. Joe Biden, look at this. I'm going to say it right now. No matter who wins, Joe Biden, by far the MVP. He's had like 2 goals, more saves than I can count. Clicky, oh my goodness, the rule 1 in the net. But the angle in the back of the net frees them from the rule 1. That could have been a very awkward position to be in for those 2 players. But they do not stay there due to the back of the goal. Talls looking for a solo play. It's on,
wow.
But it's a little high. And the 3rd or the 4th defender makes their mark. Just like that, we're nearing the 92nd mark. And Nooble will get that clear, but Ace intercepts that pass. And it's very dangerous. Nooble has to make that play. And they do make it. Backboard shot. Ace trying to put something on. It's the whiff coming in. And that forces them to reset. But Nooble gets that clear. And the awkward touch from Clicky will slow this pace down.
And each and every single touch that these guys make, each and every controlling play that they have made so far is only taking down precious time for Howard CC, as they're still down 2 goals, and no matter what they do, they're not able to get out of their own half. Tals an opportunity to secure this game taken away as he takes it a little too wide. Is sending it down center. There's the opportunity for Howard to open up the score, and they gotta do it right now. Tals does a good job taking it towards the corner. There he comes again with another save. 30 seconds remaining. Who is taking this win here? It just seems like Howard CC might be walking away with this one.
It just looks like it, unless George Mason gets something going right about now. But Joe Biden does not let him. The brick wall that is Joe Biden is just too strong. Arrow trying to put the nail in the coffin, but it's not going to go. Nooble, a little too slow. And Ace has to get something going now, but the whiff comes in. Arrow, double tap, almost there. Who else than Joe Biden? to end the game, but the goal eludes him. But it's not gonna matter. Howard CC will win this game and take the series in 3-2 fashion. What a game from all three players. One last save from Arrow. They're going to keep this up as long as possible. Joe Biden wants to put something on board. The assist, possibly. Nope, we're still going. This is just an all-out skirmish. Arrow looking for a solo play. Tals makes this clear. This is getting tiring. Come on, guys. Wrap this up, please.
Oh,
Joe Biden.
Oh, look at that. Another opportunity. Arrow. It's going to be picked up by Noob. And there it is. The final shot. The final goal, rather, on target coming in for Howard CC as they take this series in Game 5 with a 3-0 scoreline here in the last game. And Howard CC, they have made one heck of a comeback.
What a comeback when it was looking grim. Howard CC and the rest of the team, or the rest of the fan base, they all tightened up. The players tightened up. They knew what they had to do. And the Dragons clutched up when it mattered most, took it all the way to Game 5, and they win the match in 3-0 fashion in Game 5, by the way.
Game 5, and we can always appreciate a Game 5, but never have I ever seen a series go to Game 5 and yet it be so one-sided each and every single one of these games, right? We see George Mason just absolutely dominating the competition in one of these games, and then Howard CC comes in with these kind of counterattacks, the shots coming in from who other than the president himself. It would be a great job, by the way, finding time to play Rocket League. But Howard CC are going to be the winners for the best of 5 series tonight, I believe. Star, there is one more thing before we go. We have a bit of a player interview that's going to be taken up by Cherish. So we're going to be transitioning it right into that one. Here is our players.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the MAEC stream, sponsored by Events DC and co-founded by Game Gym. I am Cherish, the interviewer for tonight, and joined with me is Joe Biden from the successful Howard Community College. So first of all, congrats on your win tonight, man, and how are you feeling about
it? Slight work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That... Understandable. So first of all, you are, from what I can remember, the newer member of the 3 on HCC. So how have you felt fitting in to this team, and how it all works out for you?
I feel pretty terrible. They just bully me every game, but it's okay. I just cry myself to sleep, but it's working, right? We're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it clearly is working out, like you said, which is good to hear for you guys. But, looking forward at the game, you guys went down, or rather you started out well and then had a rough Game 2 into a very close Game 3. What were you guys, if anything, were you guys talking about or saying coming out of that Game 2 and Game 3, looking ahead in the series?
If I can remember correctly, I think I was telling Nooble to stop tuning his mic. And I don't know. I was like, I'll stop trolling, because I think I missed the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't good.
No, definitely. I'm not a Rocket League expert, but I think I can agree that it's not good to miss the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, you guys played very well and really shut out the last 2 rounds of that game. So good job on that one. And I'm not sure if you've really been looking ahead, watching any other games or anything, but are there any teams that you're looking forward to playing against coming up, or any matchups you're looking forward to?
Uh, there. Whatever team has this guy named Frenchie, I want
Hmm.
him. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is then, but
Yeah. Me
I
neither.
will I will bump
But
that I will
I
bump
don't like
that for
him.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
You
you.
don't like, yeah, I'll
No.
bump it
No.
for you. Whoever's Frenchie is and whatever school Frenchie goes to, Joe Biden has it out for you. So
Yeah. Nah. He better worry. I'm coming for you.
well, that being said, last question for you. Do you have anything you'd like to shout out? Anyone you'd like to say any words for?
Yo, shouts out to my grandma. Uh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Well, uh, that being said, thank you, Joe Biden, for joining on in, taking time out of your busy schedule, running the country and all, to join us for an interview. But once again, congrats on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. With that being said, that is it for me. I will be passing it on back to Starcoin Hero and Flater for some closing remarks here.
Thank you, Cherish. And that was, of course, Cherish and the one and only Mr. President Joe Biden. What a nice guy. Thanking his grandma for winning that Rocket League match. Truly spoken like a president. But thank you all for tuning in and watching. I've been Starcoin Hero. That over to the left side of the screen has been Flater. Flater, you got any last remarks before we head on out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanna say this about the interview. Damn, who is Frenchie?
I
We'll
don't
never find out.
know. We will never find out. That's the thing. It's just a mystery in the Mid-Atlantic Esports scene. But I think that's all we have for you. One more thank you to our sponsors, Events DC and the Game Gym, for being proud co-founders of the MAEC. This would not be possible without them. But one more time, thank you all for tuning in and watching this best of 5 matchup between the George Mason University Patriots and the Howard CC Dragons. That's it. That's all from us. We've been your casters. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
See ya.